mid 4?
How do
They're
we
mid
get
at
back
3.
into this game?
Yeah, and you see them thinking deeply. Actually, you just see a story of two very different teams. One very confident. You saw earlier RSG were very light-hearted, and then CFU this entire time have just been very hard focused in this.
Speaking of
series.
which, behind the scenes, you were talking about it.
Yeah.
Why did Light play the Lato Lato?
Okay, so I think he was already practicing for the Kufra. That's why he was playing the Lato Lato. And then, of course, we know Kufra has the bouncing ball because he wanted to be the Lato Lato.
Genius.
Thank you.
Genius.
I'm clapping directly to the mics just in case anyone can pick it up. But again, I just feel like it is honestly quite unfortunate, that Maniac. Because I kind of feel like, even the casters mentioned it, that Detective was holding his heavy spin to be like, I can secure this without using my heavy spin. But by the time the second turtle came up, he used the heavy spin, but the level difference was 2. So the retribution battle was not really 50-50. It was like a 70-20. No, 70-30 maths.
Yeah, 70-30.
I'm an analyst, by the way. Analyst.
You don't need to be good at math.
Yeah, you don't need to be good at math to be an analyst.
The numbers are all on screen. Just know what the heroes do.
Yeah.
I mean, unfavorable trades indeed. So CFU decides to stick on the blue side though.
Yeah.
With the same bands as well. No, I don't know.
Oh, they switched sides.
Oh, they switched side.
Yeah,
Okay.
they switched sides. It was
I'm
RSG.
colorblind, so I
jersey
didn't know anyways.
mixed
It's
me
okay,
up.
I got you. Oh yeah, they both have very similar looking jerseys on screen actually. It's like the colors. Are you okay with that, LaFell?
Don't ask me questions.
Okay. I wonder if RSG are gonna bat out the joy.
They
I
should.
think Wadu would be okay with it though.
They should, and there you go. Just in time, the
Respect
Joyman
it.
comes through. The question is, what should be the approach from CFU after that game?
Well, they banned out the Lancelot, thinking that this will slow down Irad. So either they ban it again, or they pick it up themselves, or they'll be like, okay, you know what? At this point, does it really matter? He picked up the Martis. He got 2 Maniacs. Be like, you know what? I think at this point, just give Irad anything and he'll probably do well. But they're like, no.
They still don't want to give it.
Respect to the Lancelot.
Yeah, I think that just means CFU might actually just first pick the Eve instead of the Kaja or the Arlot.
If Fredrin is open, maybe pick up the Fredrin?
Or the Fredrin would be great too, because then the Martis and Eve will be available for RSG again.
Oh yeah, that's kind of bad.
Yeah, and they felt that. And I think Z is still most definitely at home with mages that are just long range. So I wouldn't be so remiss if they pick up the Eve
first.
Yeah.
Okay. Honestly, that's very fair. But again, RSG now, in terms of bans, it's kind of weird. But now I'm actively thinking about Novaria. I don't want to forget about it again.
Oh, then thank you. They might actually first pick that instead of the Eve. Okay, thank you for the reminder.
Yes, based on what happened, it's like, okay, actively remember, Novaria is on the table. Fedrin first pick, as I mentioned, a lot of teams have been doing it.
Yeah.
So now RSG, Novaria, or Eve.
Yeah.
I mean,
I lean more towards Eve and the Martis.
Eve Martis.
Yeah.
Does Light play a lot of Enchanter type of role?
No, it's funny because there was one point in Season 11, Light played a really great Diggy roam game.
Okay.
And then never again for some reason. Or maybe just like one more other time. So he definitely has it in his books to play something like a Diggy in the roam.
I mean, like, I think the way RSG plays, there's this very heavy dive kind of situation. It really does rely on Light, because if it's not Light, he has to be Nuts or Irad.
Ah, that's true.
Oh, well, okay. You asked Enchanter style. I guess Mage is technically Enchanter, so a weird way to answer your question. But thank you, players, for listening. Thank you for participating.
There you
we
go.
appreciate it.
This is rare. This is actually quite rare for
Indeed,
RSG. Maybe I'm just remembering RSG from Season 11 much more differently, but Light on Nakadita to me seems relatively new.
Okay, it's a peculiar pick
It's a peculiar
for RSG.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it could be an Eve roam. I watched Toda games. That happened before.
What?
That also happened in MPL Philippines, but with Blacklist.
I mean, they did it at MSC.
Oh, right, they did.
They lost, but they still did it.
I think this is still gonna be a Kadita rope.
All
though.
right, all right.
Oh, that's interesting. I like this. I
Very
usually just like Minotaur pickups.
Very heavy front line, gotta say.
Yeah, that,
Straight off the bat, very heavy front line.
that means they're setting up for something big in their gold lane.
I'm actually thinking, Nas, do you want something like a Yuzong that don't care about the front line, right?
Yeah, because everyone's just gonna be
Or
diving.
Vendetta?
Yeah. Oh, the Benedetta would be good. But then I'd want Nats to pick up something that has more sustainability.
True, right? I mean, the Minotaur was picked up because perhaps reflecting from game one, it was banned in that second phase. Perhaps they really like that Minotaur. And you know what? Let me just secure a hero that can stop the mobility perhaps from Kadita or don't mind soaking the damage from Kadita. So it does make sense with the heals as well. But there you go, the hard counter for a Minotaur.
Yeah, take out the carry.
It's a little bit too premature then.
Yeah, but then RSG...
Maybe they're worried it will get banned.
Potentially. Yeah. Well, yeah, you did point that out. Where that means they wanted to pick up the Minotaur anyway. So RSG, I'd ban out the Brody. Or the Claude also. I'd ban the Brody and the Claude. You already have your marksman. But then they'd give something like the Leslie up, which I feel like they still have the Nats pick that hasn't been shown. So I feel like if it is a Leslie, he has the hero pool to just answer it. So I'd rather ban out Brody here if I'm RSG.
Just makes sense, right? A lot of potential engages maybe from Carry who has that DPS. They need to somehow stop it. But Brody...
What about a Harif? What about seeing also just like, yeah, I'm just gonna pick up. Yeah, I'm just gonna pick up a Harif.
I wouldn't be surprised if he actually hands it on to him. Doesn't have a... Oh, they take out the Yuzong. Yeah, and you wouldn't take out a Yuzong if you are going to pick up a Harris.
No, I mean, like, here's the thing, right? The moment I see 3 very heavy front lines, it means you want to protect something.
Yeah.
That's why I was bringing up Yuzong, Vendetta. They're like, you know what? I don't care what you're doing. I'm going straight to the back line. So either a very long-range marksman / mage, or just someone that can...
They read
into it. They read into it.
They read into it.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for participating. We're here
for quite some time.
Yeah, we're here for quite some time, I think.
Wait, okay, so with Harith gone, it could be a Savior plus something else?
Savior.
Yeah, because, I mean, Savior usually rocks sprint anyway.
Yeah.
So then, with the heavy front line, it'll be well protected. Savior plus another marksman. That's why I like the Savior and Brody, even though it's up against an Eve.
We're forgetting about something again. Novaria.
Oh, all right. Thank you for reminding us. Novaria.
For the left side, right?
Yeah.
For CFU.
So Novaria and Beatrix will be their last 2 picks because they needed the wave clear.
Oh, that would actually be pretty solid. Yeah. And then we kind of play around like a Blacklist, like you were saying, right?
Yeah.
Clumping up together and then just attacking from afar.
Yeah, and since they're clumping up together, I want to see Nas pick up a Paquito.
Wow.
That's burst damage combos. That he hurts when he lands those knockout strikes.
60 hertz, 120 hertz.
Yeah. 105, a lot more numbers. Yeah, just like paper.
And will he pick up the Paquito, the on towards Minotaur, Arlet? Questionable, but okay, glue.
Okay, yeah, that
Not
makes
too
more
hot,
sense.
not too hot on the glue, honestly, because again, I just would
I prefer the Lapu.
I would just prefer someone to just go to the back line, just ignore all the beefy boys.
Yeah, I think they thought about protecting their own backline.
Oh, perhaps.
But then because they do have a Kadita, you do need to get your frontliner from somewhere. Because Kadita's just there to set up for someone.
True. Everyone from RSG is blue.
That's true. Maybe they're following a theme. Who's a blue jungle hero?
Blue jungle hero.
I really...
Gushin? Amon?
Gushin? Oh. No, Gushin here doesn't sound good. And
Amon,
though, if it's up against Beatrix and
okay,
Melissa and Novaria. Oh, the Melissa's in my mind. It might be Amon. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Amon. But then they've never showed that before.
Yeah.
He might just match the tankiness of...
Bane isn't blue.
Bane isn't blue.
Bane isn't blue.
Bane looks good here.
Yeah, but Bane isn't blue though.
Yeah.
But you know, if you because it's a tournament, you want to win and stuff. So
yeah.
Bane might be good here.
So no concept here, but yeah, I mean, Bane, good disengage from the potential 3 engages here from side of CFU,
Be so
right?
happy if it's a blue hero or a purple. I can
Let's see.
differentiate between both.
Let's see
I've
here.
learned something new today. But yeah, you're right. The Sharks will really be great against a lineup here, Gandhi.
Disengagers,
Yeah.
right. So let's see here. What will it be?
In before it
Locking
becomes a
in.
Haya.
Ling.
or a Legas.
Oh, Leg is bluish purple.
Oh, yeah,
the
it's
Bane.
Bane. It's Bane.
I mean, we called out the Bane. You know, it's
You call out the Bane.
he wants to be different. It's like, y'all can rock blue. I'm gonna be orange. Is that orange?
Yeah, the color contrast
Yeah.
is jarring. And you're right, it's orange.
You know
It
what?
is orange.
Looking at the situation, I kind of feel like we need more NPC energy.
Okay.
So NPC energy, I want to throw. I mean, you guys just switch to us, but just switch the casters. Just
Boom! Welcome to the desk. I'm Leo. I'm Gideon. And let me tell you about RSG's lineup. It's deceivingly peely, but real quick, you gotta see how much damage comes through right out the gates.
No. Don't listen to him. Right now, CFU on sale. We're going big boys. We're getting Novaria this time round, and this time, nobody forget about it.
Hey, have you ever seen Irad play a Bane? This is the day. This is how they win via sweep. Into the Land of Dawn we go. Let's see where the junglers start, though, because that's going to be key. Yep, there's a quick leash up top, so it's a vertical mirror.
Yep, vertical mirror, that's exactly what we want to see. My only concern for RSG is the fact that it's very combo-oriented, and CFU, they've got so much CC, like an unbelievable amount of CC.
Not just, I have to admit, despite the amount of peel that RSG deceptively has, there's more big boys for CFU. So, yeah, up front, if you don't get it the first time, you try the second time, and then CFU can keep going, given the motivational roar, bro.
Of course, they want to escalate things, right? But I'm keeping my eyes on Lai because I think he's going to be the big difference maker here. Like, it's straightforward for what Nats has to do, what Iman has to do in Aqua, but like, he can get creative with it.
Yep, and just to build on that, not just straightforward, very honest. They picked the Kadita and the Eve in the first phase together, and very few teams do that. And look at how forward RSG is. A deadly cast just to take that small camp.
Exactly. You got to be fast. You got to be quick. You don't want to be staying in a place for too long. And Light, he's already going to find the initial hit, but you know, just judging based on the damage, 50% HP with the help of the Void Crystal as well.
Looking at the first items built up. Aqua in trouble.
Oh, that's some big boy damage, forcing Aqua to actually have to flicker here. I'm getting those vibes of MSC all over again, right? The only time we see RSG really struggle is when Aqua is struggling.
It looks like both teams understand that, yeah, there's a solid amount of CC being presented by both. So that explains the two early tough boots from both sides. Wadu and Detective already has theirs, and then Irad and Aqua. And that's weird. It's Aqua who built his first. As a mid laner, as a core damage dealer, you kind of want to invest in that early, COD, an early Enchanted Talisman, early Ice Queen 1. But no, here he says, you know what, I might die soon. Oh, quick turtle fight.
Yep, Nats is already flickering, quickly gets on top of Detective so far, and it looks good for RSGPH. They are able to secure the turtle for themselves. Novari won't be able to do too much, but no kills have been translated just yet. Nats still tanking, gets knocked up, and it's not looking good anymore. Light's in trouble, RWM on top, a Detective, but he isn't enough. A quick thread of the needle from Z. Great skill shot coming out of him.
I give the dub over to the Kamai. CFU Gaming, yeah, they missed out on the lore, rather the turtle, but they got 2 kills on the other side. So yeah, turtle doesn't do much if you're not able to capitalize, and that gives them, what, a 500, 600 gold lead here, about 3 minutes going in, but that doesn't stop Irad from farming up. Irad here understands that, hey, if I let go, Detective's gonna start taking my buffs, because I did that to him too. So I gotta stay back on it.
Yep, they gotta make sure that they don't get that quick retribution from game number 1. They gotta keep that momentum up. And more importantly, I think for CFU, right, they don't mind losing these neutrals. RSGPH, they have a lot of displacement. They have a lot of zone control, as they like to call it.
Yep, and that's page 45 of the Pandamentals printing of 2023. As compared to CFU, who is digging deep into their roots, again, very Ube-centric. So if you're going to take both lineups and have CFU be all 5 and then RSG be all 5, I'd give 4 out of 5 team fights to CFU. So RSG has to thread that needle down bottom. Ooh.
Wadu, the split stacks have already got right on top of him. Even the deadly catch to make sure there is no means of escape. They will be able to get the free playing down on bot side. Rough waves coming out from Light to clear up that top, making sure they maximize the economic damage they can apply to CFU Gaming to regain that lead.
All right, across the map, this is best case scenario for RSG. Again, what they're very strong at is the re-engage. You see how they're very slippery, and you see how they're deceptively peely, how they have sustain, but they have to thread their sustain here and there. Flame Z, Detective Z versus Nats and Ira. Oh, they kick him out of not just the turtle pit, but that bottom lane.
Light should be getting his rough waves relatively soon. This turtle is looking a lot harder to get. Deadly catch is already out. Minoan Fury jumps right on top of Irad, and CFU finally get a neutral for themselves.
No.
Nats in the split is able to get a little bit of health back, pulling him back in towards Irad's light side. The rough waves help secure the kill on towards Frederick's side with that real world manipulation, making sure that nobody else is able to really support him.
Yep, and they spot Nats. Will Z want to finish? Looking for
Smart
it.
call.
Yep, split. He's safe, even with an Astral Meteor shot out. Now Flamesy, oh, you're not supposed to be in here. Not this jungle. Irad's in trouble.
Yep, Wadu almost getting the initial catch with Final Slash. Irad is able to zone everybody out by himself. And once again, we're seeing a much better showing of CFU Gaming.
Yep, CFU pulling out the Ube where it matters, and it's not even like a full Kamai Ube, right? It's like 2 or 3 dudes at a time, maybe 4 tops, and that's what's allowing the space for Zingozo to build up this quick. We're looking at 5 minutes in, halfway through his second core item. He's already built up his Corrosion Scythe, as compared to Eman, who's actually struggling. Eman here already has his Corrosion Scythe, but he's far from his second core. He's actually on his way to a casual pair of pants.
A casual pair of pants. Honestly, I don't know about you, but I've been waiting for Panda's book for a very long time. I was stuck with just Sun Tzu's Art of War for the longest, and we need an update, right? We need to know how to actually maximize the economical damage, and so far it's looking great. Well, maybe not for Wadu's side, but RSG pulling it back, making sure no momentum is built up by CFU is a very good start.
Yep, it's still anybody's game here in Game 2, which is a great way of resetting and a great way of actually showing some presence, putting your foot down and saying, nuh-uh, not a sweep, not tonight. And this is exactly what CFU did to Dewa. Yeah, we know you're the newest MPL ID member. Yeah, we know you've been doing great, kicking butt in MDL, but we are grand finalists in MPL KH. Know your place.
Yeah, the Kamai are particularly scary on home ground, but even when they're coming on to these online tournaments, we can definitely see moments of aggression coming out of them. And Flamesy, he's been finding some really good Minoan Furies thus far. The question is, how long until we see the adjustment from RSGPH?
Yep, RSGPH currently, I'd say the most bank on paper, right? Eman. But this is a very key build-up. Pair of pants and brute force breastplate on Irad. This is going to help him just keep pushing the advantage. He doesn't even need mana. Mana can come from the Litho Wanderer and then go from there. Brute force breastplate, move speed, everything but the kitchen sink. I love it. This is an item that you always build on Bane, especially when you're winning. 70-80% of the time, it's coming from a Bane main.
Exactly. And honestly, it's really good to mention that Brute Force Breastplate is one of those items where you're like, you like power farming? Get yourself a Brute Force Breastplate. If you want to go even further, you can get a War Axe, but I think at this stage of the game, right, it's still a little too volatile to make that call.
Yep, he still wants to build up to the sustain Bane. He wants to keep going up against the big boys of CFU, who so far currently has half-built Cursed Helm. You have Wadu, who is still thinking of what his next item build will be. He has a pair of he has a Fury Hammer, and yeah, we have Flamesy, who is just waiting to build up to. Could be anything. Could be an Athena shield. Could be a Radiant Armor. I think it's a Radiant Armor.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be Radiant Armor as well. They're giving a lot of respect to Aqua after game number 1. But I will mention that at the very least, right, Zenozo, he's going to have a lot more space to work with. And I think it's going to be extremely key that he has that space, especially when you are playing as something as highly volatile as this Melissa.
Yep, and let's talk about our mid laners, right? Let's acknowledge them. Ice Queen 1 already on Aqua, and for Z, he has a COD and a little bit more. So yeah, that's about 300, 400 between the mid laners, with slight advantage going over to CFU. But if there's anything I know Aqua to be, it's thrifty. He knows how to make the most of this kind of situation, especially given that he's rocking Bargain Hunter. and they are up about 400.
They're trying to punish Light here. They've already gotten the taunt off here. Could disengage. Yes, he gets it. The Minoan Fury comes on now, but at the cost of the deadly catch. But still, Iman is able to win his 1v1 somehow, despite Z trying to get in the middle of the mix. Aqua slowing down Detective. Even Retribution being called down from Irad to try and punish him. Flamesy is going to take his time. Good shot from Z's Astral Sphere. It looks very, very good. Flamesy is going to take his time. He has adapted defense. I don't expect him to die, but Aqua has something to say about that with the RWM. Flicker coming out of Flamesy. Are they going to go for it one more time? Even the deadly catch as well. He manages to get out. Aqua flickers for him, and he's still alive. What a game. Light coming in for the full combo. Gets right on top of Z. What was I telling you about? It's about the supports.
Yep. Could have sworn it was Flamesy was going to die, and Z was like, hey, why me?
Wait, Iman. He does not win this 1v1, especially when he goes down like that. Aqua sticks around for a little bit longer. When is this man going to recall? He needs that mana.
Yep. I guess when the tower's down, and they eventually get it. And off camera, it was Irad working on that turtle. He's threatening to take on the orange forces. Detective to answer. And yeah, it's Wadu doing work here. Wadu's protecting this tier 1 down bottom with his life, and he's actually going to save it.
Now they're going to take their time, right? I think RSGPH wasn't expecting it to escalate like that, but for the next 90 seconds or so, we can expect that CFU Gaming is going to start ubeing it up, right? Top side already collapsed. Bottom side, it's a safe lane if they want Melissa to kind of farm some gold. But in the meantime, RSGPH, keep your eyes on Light. He's looking for it. Nats walks up. You see the War Axe already coming out Irad's side. A deadly catch as well. Nats is in trouble. Flickers out of there with a split. RWM from Aqua making sure that nobody else is able to follow up. And this should be a clean disengage from RSG.
Yeah, but I think CFU want more. Look at the back line. CFU did not expect for Z to go so quickly. Light gets the pick off, and all this while, space for Iman to push.
Yep, I mean, Iman, he doesn't need to rotate at all. Gets a free tier 2, and more importantly, again, that's why Light has free reign. This is international waters for him. He can do whatever he wants.
And down bottom, not the same situation, I'm afraid, for Nats. Nats has been having it hard. It's a difficult life for one Nats, but just the same way. What did we miss? How'd that happen?
They found the initial catch, right? We saw, once again, blowing so many ultimates, and especially since they have Iman nearby, he is able to cut him down with that true damage. You can see, he's literally a walking ward. He's getting so much vision for the team. Sees all 3 members, decides to walk back out. Muddles is still, wow, Irad. He's still gonna drop down the deadly catch. No. Okay. Force is detected to at least use Retribution.
Yep, so the secret behind Eman's damage right now, which propels him about 1,500 gold ahead of Zingozo, is the fact that he has not just the Corrosion Scythe, but also the DHS. So yeah, all of these chunky boys from CFU Gaming are just boys now.
Yep, I mean, Iman, he's basically Pinocchio. He can't tell lies. He has to be honest. He has to be true.
Nope, just there. Just right there. And that's what's forced CFU Gaming to play this way. They have to keep one of their big boys on Zingozo. They have to make sure that Light doesn't get there, that maybe Nats doesn't ride down on Zingozo, and that's what's compromising this Melissa. It was great in the draft, but oh wait, here's a jump in by Flamesy.
Yep, Iman is able to flicker on out of that Irad, take that damage with the backline. Somebody's got to block these shots eventually. Oh wow, the bounce dealing quite a bit of damage to Zing so far. Irad is still alive, holding on, but Light gets into the backline, gets the secure kill on towards Melissa's side. RWN to follow it up. Iman with a fadeaway, and now getting on top of Wadu. He's gonna get the hit by the breath of the ocean, allowing RSG to PH to steamroll their way down to the tier 2.
3 for 1 here. Come the RSG Death Ball. How they debuted in Season 8 of MPLPH is how they're playing right now. Running you over and taking objectives while they're at it. 3 for 1 plus a deep turret push down bottom. Lord is up, and they're not even taking it. They know that there's something more important elsewhere.
This is starting to look like a chainsaw massacre here. They just keep on going. When you think that you have the upper hand, RSG finds a little gap between the armor. They continue to press forward. I feel a little bad for Z, right? Because there's only so much that he can do.
Yep. Good news, bad news is for Z to get to do his job, the rest of the front line of CFU have to be there. So there's a risk involved. It's not as easy to just get these free Astral Echoes and Meteors hitting. The good news is once they go full Ube, maybe they stand a chance. It's not so easy for Light to pick off whoever's in the back line then. But I don't think RSGPH is going to let that happen. RSGPH lives for Ube. RSGPH was bred and born to defeat the Ube. So that's what's happening here. That's what explains the 7K gold lead 11 minutes in.
Exactly. So keep in mind that Detective and Wadu have to play this interchangeable role. Somebody needs to stop that Ocean Oddity from getting into that backline. Flamesy, it's clear what his job is supposed to be. Just look for those big engages, help our team at the end of the day. Notice that on bot side, Light, looking for an opportunity to go for that big one shot. Doesn't reveal himself just yet.
So patient.
But he has more than enough information. And that's why RSG are actually taking space on the top side of the map. He's gonna go for it, and he secures it again!
Wadu, the enforcer, the security guard, for Zingozo couldn't do anything, and now he's sent home and sent into the air.
Yep, he's gonna get immobilized for a very long time, and Irad decides to show up and join this party. Light laughing to himself, wait, hold on, the revenge is getting very, very good here. Vengeance, no more stacks to actually work off. Light decides to back away and finally falls down to the hands of Irad.
Yep, the damage from Irad coming from that War Axe, and he's on his way to a second damage item. Yeah, Wadu didn't stand a chance. He only really had a Thunderbelt for physical defense. He's rocking a tough boots and a Radiant armor. Yeah, the Bane has deceptively good damage, and that's what's making his comeback into the metagame so perfect. 12 minutes in, this is Luminous Lord, Nats, and the rest of RSG just working here, making so much space, securing this major objective.
Yeah, Nats is such a big wall, and I think at this stage, with a 7.7K gold lead for RSGPH, he's gotten past of getting bullied to now standing up against CFU Gaming as a completely hard brick wall.
Yep, and that's what allowed that 6K gold lead for RSG to now grow to 2K. And oh lord, you see that?
I did see that. I thought he was going to go for a Malefic Roar just to be a little more cost efficient, but no, he goes for the BOD.
Sad sword on the walking crab, man. This is scary. Irad can have his way now with not only Wadu, but also whoever he finds up in front. Even Flamesy's gonna hurt, because Flamesy's also just rocking an Athena shield and a Radiant armor. No physical defense.
Yep, Deadly Catch is gonna come out to begin this siege. Muddles is in a good position, but nothing to auto-attack. You can see that Zing is getting harassed, even though he's not in place. Two Crab Claw cannons connecting, putting him down to lethal. Look at Irad go. He is not scared whatsoever. The wave's a little bit out of sync, but RSGPH can correct that with the second wave collapsing. They want to be able to start a fight, and here comes the RWM with the Deadly Catch once again. Back off cooldown, and they should be able to crack the mid-tier 1. Now it's continuing to zone, blocking every single one of these projectiles. And I think this is enough for RSGPH. They're going to walk away.
Yep. Death Ball all up until now. It's the Pandamentals. They're switching up on the clutch. But again, it's not all over for CFU. This is where they can go all in with the Cambodian Ube, and they're locked inside their base, yes, but just the same, Zingozo is on his way to his fourth core item. He's rocking a Corrosion Scythe, a DHS, and a Golden Staff, so maybe one more. How about Z? How's Z doing? I think he's on his way to a Dura. Oh, nope, that's an Ice Queen Wand. Okay, he just built up an Ice Queen Wand, folks. So, he's looking at the DPS from Zingozo. Yeah. That's it. They're relying on Zin so much.
RWM already coming out, comboing. Ooh, Zingozo almost getting hit, but still the Crab Claw is so good. Nats trying to get an opportunity, but standing under the turret is going to cost him his life. He's able to split out of there, but at the cost of his flicker.
And it looks like CFU Gaming are alive for here and for now. Zingozo down about 3,000 gold, give or take. But look at this. It's Z who's still farmed up. He's the only one who's winning the net lane per lane.
Can we... Oh, Light? Don't show yourself. Please. Don't show yourself. Mr. Light, please. He gets spotted out. Wadu is quickly going to get right on top of him as Irad bails out his roamer. They start moving away, but RSGPH, they could take advantage of this, forcing the conceal out early on. Z gets on out of there with the Astral Recall and using the Echoes to get that information. Now forcing them in. The death ball continues. The RWM captures one. They go back in for a monster kill on towards Minotaur's side. 3 for nothing. And Iman free hitting 4 days. Zingozo cannot just sit inside that crystal, that void crystal. Nats gonna flicker right on top of him, and that's gonna be the end of the game. Please, Mr. Irad, please let us play the game.
GG RSG taking the series here via sweep. Akun, the CFU Gaming but RSG are feeling it today.
They are. They are looking really polished, to be honest, right? I was expecting for a team that has just come back together, played a couple of scrims, being a little bit, you know, a little rusty here and there, more susceptible to mistakes.
Yeah, Coach Theo feeling it as well. I wonder where Oppa is. There he is, that's Coach Panda. And CFU, for all of you fans out there, Kamai or otherwise, it's not over just yet.
Yes, it is not over just yet. They still have an opportunity to make it into the LCQ, otherwise known as last chance qualifiers, to making it to the challenge finals.
But with that being said, I'd have to agree, let's bring it back. It's been a while since RSGPH was seen on an international tournament much like this. And yeah, this is a relatively new lineup, but Coach Theo and Coach